Hey guys, Cosneateldurin here, bringing you another League of Legends related video. This video is specifically how to overcome silver. I'm remaking this series. I've been wanting to do it for a while. I just hadn't had the motivation to really do it, and I didn't have the time to do it either. This video, I wanted to give you a heads up for anybody that's above silver. You might disagree with my opinions. You might disagree if find that you had different experiences on how to climb and how to do it. I now easily have been able to overcome silver 2 seasons in a row, and even the season before it, my only reason that I didn't climb was because I was preventing myself from climbing. And the way I overcame it, and to get gold, this is my experience. This is how I learned how to do it. So, if you have your own opinions on a way to do it better, go ahead and post it in the comics. Say that you got your own way, but don't say that my way's wrong, because it succeeded. I got gold. It might not be the best way to get to platinum or diamond, but it's how I got to gold. So to start everything off, I spent almost an entire season. Season 4 was majorly about me learning how to play the game properly from more than one position. It wasn't exactly, work on mechanics. It was game understanding. So my whole premise of that season was to learn how to successfully play the game from different roles, which is always a good thing to do, but a lot of people don't seem to take the understanding of how your role fits in with other roles, and that's a big portion of understanding how to carry from your position. So like ADC mains like myself, we have to learn, okay, we have this support. How are we going to play with this support against those ADC, that ADC and that support? Like, how do I play my champion into those champions? Primarily is literally what you have to look at. Because you can look on, like, this role is very specific to, you're very reliant on your own support, but you're also reliant on how you're going to play into the opposing team. So, oh, they have a very aggressive, but I'm a scaling champion. So you play back. You don't play aggressive, you play back until you hit your spike. So, for instance, who I've been playing a lot of recently has been Ezreal. We're going to go to my match history here. Now, ignore my losses on other champions, but my Ezreal, I've gotten quite a few wins with him recently, actually. In this game, specifically, this Lucian was kicking my ass in farm early on, along with the Soraka, and my Nami was playing extremely passive. So, I didn't play aggressive. I avoided playing aggressive. There was no reason to play aggressive. If I played aggressive, I would have lost. I would have started giving away kills, and it would make the game harder for my team. We might have not lost because our Nasus was kicking ass, our Graves was kicking ass, LeBlanc was doing pretty well. So, I mean, towards the end, LeBlanc wasn't doing too hot, but she was still doing okay. And then in the end, I did pretty well, and so did Nasus. And so what I learned to do was judge what playstyle you needed depending on the matchups. And a lot of my higher elo friends don't do that. They just play the same one-track mind every time, hyper-aggressive, and they're good at it. But they're really, really good at it, and so they can do that. I'm good at both aggressive and passive play. I'm not phenomenal at either, really. And so what I've learned to do is, like, specifically Ezreal, for instance, and Corki. Corki doesn't hit a spike until he gets at least Sheen and Phage. He's decently strong before that, but he gets really strong after those items, and especially once he hits Triforce. He's really, really strong. So what you want to do is know your champion's power spikes. That is a huge way of understanding this game, is know your champion in and out, is learn these power spikes. And along with learning your champion's power spikes is learning how the game works around your champion. So, like Ezreal, you have to wait for you to have your Manamune and your Iceborne. That's a huge, huge power spike for him. Or Manamune and Sheen at least. But with the Iceborne, you're able to kite people like nobody's business. You start doing a decent amount of damage, and then you go for a Bork or a Last Whisper, and you're going to start nuking some people. And once you get your Manamura, you're going to really start hurting. And so you got to understand where your power spikes come in on the champion. Do they match up against the other person's? So like Lucian hits his power spike on a BF sword. He could start nuking me out, and if he gets ahead, I can't stop him. So I made sure he didn't get ahead. The worst he did was out-farm me. And then what did I do in response to this? I farmed, I rotated, and I made sure to get assists. Even if I wasn't getting kills, I was getting assists. And then later on, I started picking up kills constantly to make sure I stayed relevant in the game. So understanding that, so like my champion had a lot weaker spots in the game than his, but I abused my power spikes more than he did, so that gave us a win. That and the Nasus doing really, really well helped win that game for us. So if my point's not coming across, coming across clear, the reason is, I am darting around a little bit, but this is all one general topic. This is all game knowledge, things you need to know. And specific things to you or what you need to know more than, the general overview of the game. Something that goes hand in hand with this game knowledge is map awareness. These are two of the biggest things I noticed that silver players don't really use well. It's harder now to have amazing map awareness, but it's still possible. You still have the tools to keep map awareness out there. And if your support's not warding, then don't switch to a blue trinket. Just force them to stick with you and walk around and ward. Make sure you're warding. Put out a pink. If you need to, if they're not going to stick with you, switch to that blue and make sure to just ward key spots when you think that there's no one there, just so you can try to abuse that vision. Make sure to buy pinks. Those help a lot to control vision and to give vision. These are, this is just a kind of introduction video to what I kind of want to touch up on, and I'll be releasing more videos specifically on certain topics. I want to finish out this video, though, by talking about knowing your playstyle. So this kind of goes along with game knowledge. As you start understanding the game more, you start realizing what type of style you have. So my stylistic play is playing passive until I can abuse a power spike on my champion. And then I don't care about my opponent's power spike. I will abuse mine and outplay my opponent's. So I'm a very patient player. I'm very calculating, and I'll manipulate the battlefield to my advantage. So Jhin, Ezreal, Lucian, Corki, Graves, these are huge champions that I love playing, that are most of which are really good right now. Jhin being the excluding one. He's not considered good. I can still abuse him in some games rather than others. So in games where their team is just as low mobile as you, or they don't have a lot of pick potential, full-on assassins aren't amazing against Jhin. Sure, you can burst me down if you can get to me. I play my Jhin so far back that you can't get to me, and so you got to understand stuff like that as well. So I understand how to play my champions and which champions fit to my playstyle, and I abuse how I play and how well the champion works for that playstyle. Don't pick meta picks because you think they're good. Pick meta picks because you know you can play them and they fit to how you play. So if you're a passive player, pick Ezreal, pick Jhin, pick these champions that you can sit back with and be patient and wait. If you're an aggressive player, go Lucian, Graves, Corki. Corki can be played in both ways, and it still works. Just find champions that fit your style and stick with them. One-trick ponies are not dead. It's just, people aren't focusing on it anymore. Versatility is huge, but, being good at your champion is better than versatility, if that makes sense. So my next video on how to overcome silver is going to be specifically about picking champions and knowing your playstyle. I know this video was not exactly, super helpful in many ways, and it didn't really go in depth on anything. I plan to be more in depth on my next videos, and I hope to see you guys there. And for those that will, great. For those that won't, oh well. If you like this video or you like some of my other videos, make sure to put a like to this video. Subscribe to my channel. If you have any questions or you want me to talk about something else in the next videos, to give me ideas for it. I generally go off track if you haven't noticed that. So just leave comments below on what you want to hear about or what you want me to talk about, and I'll try to get to it in my next video. I want to thank all of you guys for watching as usual, and I hope everybody has a great day.